Glenn Baker, editor of New Zealand Business Magazine, and with me is Nicole Crump, the managing director of Tactix. Hi Nicole.
Hi Glenn.
Okay, in our last chat we talked about the free online assessment that people can use to assess how well they're doing with their marketing.
That's right. We did talk about that, and we're getting a lot of really great feedback from it as well. And there's been quite a few businesses right across New Zealand who have taken the opportunity to go through that assessment.
Okay, it's brilliant. Well, we promised our viewers that we'd talk more about social media, which has been a hot topic in the last few years.
Yes, no, it really is a really hot topic. It's bringing about some fantastic opportunities for businesses because it's really opening up channels for them to connect with their customers and their broader market. But we want to make sure that businesses understand as well some of the challenges around social media. And there's also some quite risky misconceptions out there in the market around social media. And I'm sure you've heard of some of these. You know, one of the classics out there is people say, oh, social media, it's free.
Yeah.
And as we know, it really isn't free, because to do well with social media, a business has to commit resource. And that resource has to be people that are actually committed to getting content and a variety of content and updating their social media platforms regularly, watching what's going on, because obviously the social media, you can be getting information from customers on a very regular basis, so you've got to see what's happening, and also responding to people. So it's not free because you've got people resource, you've got to commit to it. One of the other things we hear about it is people talk quite generically about social media and say really it's for everybody. I personally disagree with that. I think what we're seeing is some industries and some types of businesses are having huge success with social media. It's not right for all industries and all businesses. And again, it comes back to looking at, do your customers actually want to engage with you through the social media platforms? And also, are you set up as a business with enough resources to get this regular content and be doing the updates?
Right.
The last thing to bear in mind, of course, is social media. It's one of those spaces it's not that easy to dip a toe into and then to walk away from. There is nothing worse than a site that becomes poorly managed and not current, because that can actually really be quite detrimental to a company's image in the market. So that's something we do try to talk to businesses about as well.
Right. So how does a business know if social media is right for them?
There's a couple of things that we talk to businesses about. One of the things is, going back to what social media can do, I think businesses need to think very carefully about their motivation for engaging in social media. So are they wanting to get feedback from customers, grow sales, get closer relationships, and the list goes on. And then you can see whether social media is one of those avenues that will enable you to do that. You've also got to look at your customers. Are your customers ready for you to engage in social media? If you're not sure, I would challenge any business, go out and talk to your customers. You must be engaging with them all day anyway. Have a chat to them about what social media platforms they're using and whether they would like to hear from you in those spaces as well. And of course the last thing is what we've already touched on. Are you ready as an organisation? Are you ready to make that commitment around resource?
Right, okay. So tell me, how do businesses know that social media is actually working?
Yeah, it's a really good question. Like all things in marketing, we do like to measure what we can. So it comes back to, first of all, being very clear about why you've started going down the social media path and setting some goals around that. And then measuring what you can. So, some of the things that you can look to measure in social media is, how many followers you have, how many discussions you have going, the level and the quality of the discussions that you have as well. So it can actually be really simple. But of course there are some key metrics that you get on the social media platforms as well that will really let you see what level of engagement and following that you have out there in the market.
Okay. All right, Nicole, thanks very much. They're some really good pointers there.
Great, thank you.
If you want any more information about this or to find out a little bit more about Tactix, go to their website. It's www.tactixnz.co.nz. You can also find a link on the NZ Business website.